Welcome to Waco, Texas, home of the Baylor Bears and McLean Stadium. Boats lining the Brazos as the Baylor line is ready to welcome the Bears onto the field. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see, the Rebels taking on a team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Bears ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rebels offense will get the first crack at it here. And David, we'll see whether this running back has the ability to elevate his game and really become a star in this offense.
Yeah, he's still developing. You know, I think when you watch him, you say, oh, he's still learning the vision and how to play the running back spot. And I think you're leaving Jesse going, I want a little bit more. I want more consistency, more big plays, so this offense can really take off.
I think the coaching staff, I think the fans know for the future of this program, they need to upgrade at the position. They'll try to do that in recruiting or the portal. But for right now, today, this guy has to be able to make plays when his opportunities show up.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Baylor Bears offense will have its first possession of the game. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David. This receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Wants to go up top on first down. Flips it out to the back. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Rebels in the hurry up. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Third down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a third and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Rebels will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. Let's talk for a second about Baylor. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected.
Purdy on the Jets. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Still looking on the move. Touchdown, Baylor! First points of the day are on the board. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one.
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something.
Oh, a lot of space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Snag in the middle. It's Beal. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Here's the pressure. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. The Rebels will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Round with the back. Finding an escape route. He's loose. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. That's the end of the period. Baylor is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. To the air, it's Robertson. Makes the catch, it's Prentice. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Rebels will hustle to the line.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Quick strike complete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. The play action fake. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Rebels line up to punt it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Fires to the big fella. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Makes the catch. It's Prentice. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch.
It's a big stride inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Flowers. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. 4 wideout set, 3 of them to the left on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. It's Haynesworth. Lots of running room. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Back to pass, it's Robertson. Out of the backfield, he's open. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. The give to the left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
He's got it. And he was thinking 6, but Ed D knocks him down at the 2. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Bears are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bears! Lining up for the PAT. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. Not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the offense back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Quickly to the tight end. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
That's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Scrambling away. Oh, he dropped it! Recovered by the defense, and he's off. It's a seam wide open. Turning it on. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks this one through, and that's been anything but easy for this kicker. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kansas State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else. Ben?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He'll pull it down and run. At the 35, he's open. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Off-play action on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Beal. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Back open in the middle. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. These corners backing off a bit. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLane Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Rebels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Robertson. Starting to feel a little pressure. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. And the Bears trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Pulls it in down the sideline. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. To the air on first down. That's reeled in. It's Wilson. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the run, it's Washington. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. dead center perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
And he gets it to the front line, and that'll be a first down. And the Rebels come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Off the play fake. Here's a hit. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down. He came up a little short.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. The Rebels send out the punt unit. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Dropping back, it's Robertson. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Brings up 3rd down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Porter. There he goes! Touchdown, Baylor! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now this offense is back on the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Rush is on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Hand off from the shotgun. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. The Bears are facing 3rd and inches. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Bears lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. They'll try to power their way ahead. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. A first down for the offense. Quarterback running on the draw. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. He now has 80 yards on the day, and the defense has been getting a steady diet of this dude on opening day. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Snags it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Bears kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. And he puts through the extra point. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field. And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. They'll give it to the back. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. With the clock running, this should be the final play.
Here we go.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your uni. Like when you look that good coming off the bus.